So our topic is law of demand. The law of demand states that other things remaining the same, the amount of quantity demanded rises with every fall in the price and vice versa. In the previous lesson, we have understood what do you mean by demand. Meaning of demand we have seen in the previous lesson. Now, this is law of demand. Law of demand states that when the price of a commodity goes up, the demand for a commodity will come down. When the price of a commodity will come down, the demand for a commodity will go up. This is called the law of demand. See here, suppose here I've taken an example. Yes, I'll show you on the graph. See, on x-axis I've taken quantity and y-axis price, quantity demanded and the price of the commodity. If the price of a commodity is P naught, the quantity demanded for the product is Q naught. Okay. Suppose if I reduce the price of a commodity from P naught to P1, this much I am reducing the price now. So whenever you reduce the price, the quantity demanded is more here. It is increased from Q naught to Q1. You see the difference like this. So when you draw a curve by joining the extreme points, corner points, this is called the demand curve. Okay. What are the assumptions? See, in the law, other things, when this particular law holds good, when other things remaining the same, then only this law holds good. That means if the price goes up, the demand for the commodity will come down. If the price will come down, the demand for the product will go up. So when this law holds good, when other things remaining the same. Here, what are the other things? Other things here, other things are other things include income levels of the consumer. That is one. So if the income levels of the consumer is constant, this particular law holds good. No change in the income levels of the consumer. So no change in the tastes and preferences of the consumer. So prices, no change in the prices of related goods. No change in the expectation about the prices in the future. No change in the expectation about the income in the future. No change in the size of population. Distribution of consumers over different people. No advertisement effect. No other factors which are influencing the demand. That means this particular law holds good when these are all constant. That means these are should not be taken into consideration. Then only this particular law holds good. That means price and the demand are inversely proportional. If the price goes up, the demand will come down. If the price will come down, the demand will go up. That is about the law of demand. What are the exceptions? Are there any situations which contradict the particular law of demand? That is, first exception is where there is a shortage of necessities here. So in this case, what happens? This is violating the law. Where there is a shortage of necessities here, suppose say, I'll give you one example. Tomorrow there is a ban. Then what do? So you buy all essential commodities at more and more quantity at higher prices. What is happening? You are paying more prices and more commodity. That is the quantity demanded also more. That means they sell the commodities at higher prices because tomorrow there is a ban. So you are feeling that you are feeling the shortage of necessities. That is why you are buying more and more quantity at higher prices. So sometimes you might have seen in the northern area, so there is scarcity of salt. So at that time, what did they do? Actually, the salt price is around 10 to 30 rupees. So due to the rumors, due to the shortage of salt in the northern area last year, so they bought more and more packets of salt at higher prices, 100 rupees packet, but more quantity also. That is, this is contradicting more quantity and at higher rate they are purchasing. This is contradicting the law. Second one, where the product is such that it confers a distinction, means these are also called as the Veblen goods. Very, very important point. Veblen, VEBLEN, Veblen goods, means costly goods. You might have seen when we buy the product, some some customers, some consumers, they buy the product when there is a high price. So suppose the particular item is very costly, then they'll buy that particular more quantity of that particular product. Why? Because they are preferring the costly products, like all branded tools, branded watches, costly watches, diamonds. These are all commanded these Veblen goods. That means they are paying the higher prices and buying the more and more quantity. This is also contradicting the law of demand. Another one, another exception is Gibbon's paradox. Gibbon's paradox, it is a paradox actually. Gibbon is an economist. He observed that in, in England, low-level income people, they, they take broken rice, bread, etc. as their staple food. Broken rice, broken rice as their staple because they are low-level income people. So what they do, we observe that they used to buy more and more quantity when these prices of broken rice and the bread prices increasing, they buy more and more quantity. Why they are buying like this? It is contradicting. Why? Because they are buying more and more quantity at higher prices. When the prices of commodities are going up, that is, broken rice price has been increased as well as, but bread prices have been increased. They are buying more and more quantity for future purpose. Similarly, when the prices of these broken rice as well as the bread prices are decreasing, they are buying the lesser quantity and whatever they are saving by using this, by doing this, the savings are used for purchase of meat, beef, etc. Okay, this is a paradox actually observed like this. This is also contradicting the law. When the prices are increasing, they are buying more and more. When the prices are decreasing, they are buying less quantity. This is different paradox. Last one, in case of ignorance of price changes. Suppose if you are no, if you are ignorant of price changes in the market, you buy more and more quantity with higher prices because you are an ignorant of price changes in the market. These are the exceptions to law of demand. Next, change in demand. What do you mean by the change in demand? So far, we have seen the relationship between the price and the demand for a commodity. Price and the demand for a commodity are equal to each other. Now, change in demand, the increase or decrease in demand due to change in the factors other than price is called change in demand. You see, other than price. So, if you see any demand, the demand is increased or decreased due to change in the factor other than price. We are not talking about the price. If any factors influence the demand, that is called the change in demand other than price. Other than price, we have income levels of the consumers, all demand determinants except price. So income levels, tastes and preferences, size of population, expectation of incomes in the future, expectation of prices in the future, advertising, but these are all. Okay. Next, increase in demand. An increase in demand occurs when buyers are ready to buy more of a product with the same price because of other. So customers, when the consumers are buying more and more quantity at the same price, so this this increase in demand exists. See, just you look at this graph. See, on x-axis I have taken the quantity demanded, and y-axis I have taken price. See, what did I do? If the price of the product is P, I use it to buy Q. When the price, with the same price, I am buying Q1 quantity, but I'm increasing this quantity from Q to Q1 with the same price. So the D, actually I use it to buy this much. This is the demand curve. D, the actual demand. So I am buying this much extra with the same price. This is called A to B. So this is B1 curve. A to B, the distance between these two. So everywhere say this is called increase in demand. That is, we are buying the more and more quantity at the same price. Price has not been changed. Just two, that is quantity has been changed from 2 to 2 and it is increased from 2 to 2. This is called increase in demand. Next, decrease in demand. Decrease in demand occurs when buyers are ready to buy less of a product with the same price because of other factors. Here, other factors are in place other than price. Income levels are uh, income levels are decreased, uh, rises in the complementary group. These are all the factors which are in place other than price. So they are buying lesser and lesser quantity with the same price. See, earlier we had used it to buy two quantity. The price of the commodity is P. I use it to buy two. Now I am buying from two to two to. That is, I reduce this. I reverse. This is a reverse order. So this one, this is decreased from two to two to. This much of decrease. This is called decrease in demand. Okay. D is the actual demand. So D2 is the later, that is a after change, that is a decrease in demand and reduce the demand. Okay. From purchasing only lesser quantity, that is called say, decrease in demand. Next, extension and contraction. See, extension and contraction means just you put this increase and decrease in demand here. See what actually, just we go through this graph. X-axis have taken the quantity demanded and the y-axis price. See, the price of the product is P. I use it to buy Q quantity. This is a base one. P and Q is the base. Now what happens? I will reduce the price from P to P1, reduced here. See how much I've reduced, just you see the gap? This much. This much only I've reduced, but the demand has been increased from this 2 to P1, this much more than price change. I've reduced the price from P to P1, but the quantity demanded changes 2 to Q1, this much area, this much more. So this is called extension in demand, increase. When the price is reduced, the quantity demanded is more. Now, second case we'll say, if the price of the product is P and it is increased from P to P2, then what if the price has been increased by this much, the quantity change, the quantity demanded change is 2 to 2 to 1, this much. Increase this much, you do. This is called contraction in demand. You can see the area occupied by this portion is less. This is called contraction in demand. This triangular portion is less area. This triangle, it has got more area. This is called extension in demand. This is called the contraction in demand.